Hey everyone, welcome to Story Time. It's me, Josh. Super excited to be here. Always am for stories. Are you? Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Today we're reading Little Miss Scatterbrain by Roger Hargreaves from the Little Miss Library of Books. Let's find out what kind of messages and adventures we can embark on today with this story. Get that imagination ready. Get comfortable. Get ready wherever you are, because we're about to delve into story time. That's right. Here we go. Little Miss Scatterbrain was just a little bit forgetful. You can say that again. Little Miss Scatterbrain was just a little bit forgetful. She met Mr. Funny. "Hello, Miss Scatterbrain," he said. "Hello, Mr. Bump," she replied. Even though that looks like Mr. Funny, doesn't it? Yep. We've also, for those of you just tuning in to Storytime, we've read all of the Mr. Men books. So if you want to search through the page, just subscribe, click that bell if you feel like it, if you enjoy the stories, and then you can find and search whatever stories you might like and enjoy from the page. We've got all the Mr. Men ones as well. Okay, let me get back to it. She met Mr. Tickle. "Hello, Miss Scatterbrain," he said. "Hello, Mr. Strong," she replied. Even though it's Mr. Tickle, he's laughing away. We'll be like, Miss Scatterbrain. She met Mr. Happy. "Where are you off to?" he asked her. She thought and thought. "I bet you've forgotten, haven't you?" laughed Mr. Happy. Little Miss Scatterbrain looked at him. "Forgotten what?" she said. Chatting with Mr. Happy there. Miss Scatterbrain lived in the middle of a wood in Buttercup Cottage. Everyone knew it was called Buttercup Cottage, except the owner. She kept forgetting. "I know," she thought to herself. "To help me remember, I'll put up a sign." Wonder where she put up the sign. Look what the sign says. She isn't called Little Miss Scatterbrain for nothing, isn't she? So, Buttercup Cottage, and she's called it Daisy Cottage. On that. This just, yeah. Close enough. One winter's morning, she got up and went downstairs to make breakfast. She shook some cornflakes out of a packet, but being such a scatterbrain, she forgot to put a bowl underneath. "Now where did I put the milk?" she asked herself. It took her 10 minutes to find it. In the oven. So the oven is used to warm things. And she's put the milk in there. After breakfast, she set off to town shopping. She went to the bank first. "Good morning, Miss Scatterbrain," smiled the bank manager. "What can I do for you?" Little Miss Scatterbrain looked at him. "I'd like some..." Walking into the bank. "Money," suggested the bank manager. "Sausages," replied Miss Scatterbrain. "Sausages?" exclaimed the bank manager. "But this isn't the butcher's, this is the bank." Bank, butcher, about the same, right? No. I don't know my ups from downs, guys. I'm sorry. You call me Mr. Scatterbrain. "Oh, silly me," laughed Little Miss Scatterbrain. "Of course it is, I was forgetting." She smiled. "Sometimes I do, you know." "Really?" said the bank manager. "I'd like 2, please," she said. "Pounds?" asked the manager. "Pounds," agreed Little Miss Scatterbrain. The bank manager passed 2-pound coins over the counter. Little Miss Scatterbrain looked at them. "What are these?" she said. "£2, he replied. £2, she said. "They don't look much like 2 pounds of sausages to me." The bank manager's like, Eventually the bank manager managed to explain, and off went Little Miss Scatterbrain to the butcher. "Phew," remarked the bank manager. Little Miss Scatterbrain walked into the butcher shop. "Good morning," said Percy Pork, the butcher. "Good morning, Mr. Beef," she replied. "Pork," said the butcher. "No," she said, "sausages." "But my name isn't Sausages," he said. "Of course it isn't," she replied. "That's what I'm here for." It's a funny little chat. Oh, said Percy, scratching his head. What sort? What sort do you suggest? She asked. Beef? He asked. Thought you said your name was Pork, she said. Percy Pork sighed a deep breath. Call me Percy, he said. Eventually, after a little more confusion, little Miss Scatterbrain managed to buy her 2 pounds of beef sausages. Percy Pork wrapped them up for her. Sorry if I'm a little bit sniffly and my throat's, if I break out or anything like that. My throat's a bit sore and I've got a sniffly nose because I've got a cold right now. But I'm always still keen to read books and tell stories, so here I am. But yeah, let me get back into it. I've divulged a few times today. I've gone on tangents. You're like, Josh, read the story, man. Come on. Hope you're not bored. Percy Pork wrapped them up for her. Looks like snow, he said conversationally, looking out of his shop window. Really? Said little Miss Scatterbrain, looking at the brown paper parcel. What a funny man, she thought to herself. Looks like snow indeed. Looks more like wrapped up sausages to me. Goodbye, said Percy Pork. Good night, she replied, and went out to catch a bus home. Little Miss Scatterbrain stood behind Mr. Silly in the queue at the bus stop. Along came Mr. Nosy. He stood behind her in the queue. He looked up at the sky. Looks like snow, he remarked. There's Mr. Nosy, Mr. Silly, also there. Little Miss Scatterbrain looked at the brown paper parcel in her hand and said nothing. Awesome. Little Miss Scatterbrain's a funky one, hey? Interesting character. A little bit scatterbrained. Yeah. Good one, Josh. Alrighty, I'm gonna go now. That's all we got time for, but I'll be back again with another story very soon. If you like these, please subscribe, click that bell below, and I'll see you then. Alright. Bye for now, but not forever. I'm Josh, and this is Story Time. Thanks for being here.